Good morning, everyone. Jill here with North Texas Vegetable Gardening, canning recipes, a little bit of everything. Got my stitches out yesterday. It's a little sensitive, but I'm keeping it moistened up, and got to start on some antibiotics today because they think there might be a little bit of an infection, but we're going to get going on our day. Stay tuned. It's about 6:56. That sun's coming up, guys. We're going to be about 110 degrees today. Ooh, what a nice one. Not bad for a morning's haul, guys. Not bad. That okra is almost as tall as me, guys. Not bad for an early morning harvest. So many of you commented on my garlic planting video and asked if it was too early to plant because traditionally here in Texas, we start our garlic probably October. So I started mine early, guys, because I'm kind of throwing out the gardener or the garden calendar. And why am I doing that? Because when we planted ours around the traditional time last year, we got so hot so quick that it really didn't come to a good fruition. Now we got a couple of cloves or a couple of good heads of garlic, but they weren't nowhere near what they should have been. And I'm attributing that to the excessive heat that we got so quickly here in Texas. So I went ahead and planted some cloves last weekend. And I'm going to keep doing that. And today I'm going to plant onions. Is it too early? No, I don't think so. This time last year I planted it, and then I was already transplanting it by the end of August, 1st of September. So as far as planting for the calendar, you guys have got to do what makes you comfortable. But for me, I'm going ahead and trying to start things now, or really throughout the year, because if I feel like I can pull it off, I'm going to try it. I mean, there's no harm in trying. There's no foul, no harm, no foul, because we want to see what we can grow and when we can grow it. And of course the weather patterns change, but you know what? Nothing's going to stop me from starting things a little early or maybe even starting things a little late, because if I feel like I can pull it off, I'm going to do it. So there's a couple of things I'm going to do this year when planting my onions. I'm going to plant my seed that I bought from Everwild and Baker Heirloom. And then this is the seed, you guys, that I saved from my onions bolting. And right now I'm going to separate it. And the best way I found to separate it is to put it in a big screen of, sieve. And I'm going to push the chaff through, and you can see my onions are coming through. So the way I'm going to do this is in my large baby tub, or my large baby pool, I'm going to plant my bought onion seeds, and then in a small tray, I'm going to plant my seeds that I saved so I can see how well they germinate. You can see it coming through, and my black seeds are starting to come to the top. So because I'm going to plant these today, guys, I went ahead and I'm soaking them in some water to get the balance of this chaff off. And I'm not using, do not use tap water with chlorine. We're using the well water. So you could use filtered water, purified water to do this. But so look at these beautiful, look at that black gold of onion seeds. So I'm going to do this a little bit more. Try to get more of this chaff off. You can see quite a bit of it has come off in the water. And then I'm going to let these dry just a little bit today because I'm planting them today, and I bet I can get the balance of that off. Not a bad harvest for this morning, folks. Some good cantaloupe, nice tender yellow squash, and some zucchini. And I was able to score about 4 or 5 pounds of tomatoes. This is from this year's harvest, guys, and you can see it is a big one. We grow the Texas Early Grano variety. Here's one of my seeds. Now, I got is it 500 seeds? Yes, 500 seeds in this Everwild packet. One onion was 15.5 ounces, almost 1 pound. So if you watched Greg's video the other day where he was talking about soil, you know how important it is to get some really good organic compost. And we have a place here locally that we can get it from. And so he went and picked up some this morning so we can refresh our tubs and some of our soil where we're going to be planting. So he's freshening up the soil in my baby tub so I can get my onions planted out here. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and plant my Everwild seeds in that baby tub, and I'm going to plant my seeds in a tray. Let me show you. So saving your seeds is very important, guys, because they get acclimated a little bit more each and every year to your environment, to your garden, to your weather. So I have just a tray here. We got it filled with some good soil. I've wet it down. So the reason why I'm doing these separate again is so I can see how mine germinate compared to the Everwild seeds that we just purchased. So here are my seeds. I did soak them in water, and I let all the excess water drain off. And guys, I really don't think it's going to matter if I put some of that husk material in there because it's organic material. So I'm going to get to started. And the way you want to plant your onion seeds is broadcast spread. So I'll probably show you how to broadcast spread in the baby tub or the baby pool, because these I'm not going to be able to kind of broadcast them since they're damp. So I've spread them out throughout the whole tray. Now I'm going to put a little bit of soil on top of them. And I'm going to keep these wet, guys. I got to keep them wet until I start to see them start to grow. And I'll show you I have the perfect place for these. Just gently cover them. And start to sprinkle them with water. Now this is Greg's ingenious idea for seed starting, is an old milk jug that's been cleaned out, and he just poked holes in the top of it. So we're going to saturate these down and get them watered really good. So the seeds were wet, the soil was wet. I put topsoil or a topping of soil on top of them and then wet them down really good. They are now facing the east on my back porch, where they will get probably about 2 to 3 hours of the morning sun and will avoid that extreme heat and that hot sun we get in the afternoon. So there's 500 seeds in this packet, guys. That's a heaping load of onions that I'm fixing to put in this baby tub. This was about $2.98 for the pack. So if you're looking for a good seed company, you might give them a shot, but we also still use rareseeds.com, which is Baker Heirloom. So broadcasting spread is what you would think. Broadcast, throwing things out. So broadcast spread, you'll do a lot of your lettuces this way, your arugulas. You could even do some of your smaller seeds like celery, but I start mine in the seed trays, which we'll be doing this week as well. So let me show you what I mean by broadcast. Look at these beautiful seeds. So broadcasting means sprinkling on top of the soil. Then we're going to put a little bit of soil on top of them, mush them down, and we're going to wet them down, and we're going to keep them wet, guys. You've got to keep them damp, so be sure and check them a couple of times a day. So I've topped it off. Now I'm going to water it in really good. we wait. So I expect to see something start to germinate within the next 7 to 10 days. I'll check back with you guys and show you just how good my seeds are doing and how well these are doing. I'll also be checking these around 4 or 5 o'clock tonight, maybe even a little bit later, and going ahead and watering them down again so they stay damp. So that's the video for today. Stay tuned. I'll have more this week. I'll be starting another series tomorrow. Probably going to be planting some different things for your fall garden. So be sure and hit that subscribe button. Be sure and hit that like button. Thank you guys so much for watching us. Love you all. Still no rain here. Still hot. But we're keeping on going. And you should too. Take care. God bless. Love you all.